Ladies, let's talk about something nobody warned us about after 40. That moment when getting up from the floor becomes a whole strategic operation, or when picking up your grandkids makes your back scream, "Not today." Trust me, I get it. And those workout videos made for 20-year-olds, they just don't cut it anymore. But here's the game-changing truth. Your body isn't broken, it just needs the right kind of movement. These 8 essential exercises, they're specifically designed for our changing bodies after 40, 50, and 60. No jumping around, no complicated equipment, just smart moves that work with your hormones and joints, not against them. The best part? You'll start feeling stronger and more energetic in just weeks. Ready to get that confidence back? Let's do this together. Exercise 1, modified planks. You know that annoying pooch that seems to stick around no matter what you do? Well, here's something your doctor probably never told you. Sometimes it's not even about fat. After 40, our deep core muscles start getting a bit lazy, and guess what happens? All your organs basically lose their natural corset. That's right. That tummy might just be your internal organs needing a bit more support. But don't worry, because I've got something better than any waist trainer or crazy diet. It's called the modified plank, and it's about to become your new best friend. Why modified? Because regular planks can be tough on our wrists and shoulders, especially if you're dealing with any joint issues. Plus, this version is specifically designed to target those deep core muscles that have been on vacation since your 30s. The magic of this exercise isn't just about getting a flatter tummy, though that's definitely a nice bonus. It's about strengthening what I call your life muscles, the ones that help you carry groceries without back pain, pick up your grandkids without getting sore, and yes, even improve that pesky bladder control that nobody likes talking about. Here's how to do it perfectly. Start on your forearms instead of your hands. This takes the pressure off your wrists right away. Keep your elbows right under your shoulders like you're balancing a tray of your favorite dessert. Now, instead of lifting your whole body, keep your knees down at first. Trust me, it's still working. The key is to imagine pulling your belly button up toward your spine like you're trying to zip up those jeans from 5 years ago. Hold this position while breathing normally. No holding your breath like you're hiding from the kids. Start with just 15 seconds. Yes, just 15. It might not sound like much, but when you're doing it right, you'll feel those muscles waking up from their long nap. Do this 3 times, resting for 30 seconds between each hold. And here's a little secret that most trainers won't tell you. As you get stronger, you don't just have to hold it longer. Try lifting one knee slightly off the ground for a few seconds. It's like giving your core a little surprise party. Remember, if you feel any neck pain or your back sagging like a hammock, that's your body saying, "Hey, let's take a break." There's no shame in starting slow. We're in this for the long game, not for some quick fix that'll leave us sore for days. The best part? You can do this while watching your favorite show. Just roll out a mat during those commercial breaks, and boom, you're building a stronger core without missing any drama. Exercise 2, squats for women over 40. Now let me share something that might surprise you. Your bones actually start losing density in your 40s. I know, nobody sends us a memo about that one. But here's the exciting part. There's one exercise that's like a time machine for your bones, and you're probably already doing a version of it every time you sit down. That's right, I'm talking about squats. Before you start thinking, "Oh no, not those killer gym moves," let me stop you right there. These aren't your daughter's CrossFit squats. We're talking about smart, age-appropriate squats that work with your body, not against it. Think of it as giving your body a gentle but effective wake-up call. Here's the fascinating part. After 40, our bodies start getting a bit stingy with hormones like estrogen, which usually helps keep our bones strong. But guess what? Squats actually send a message to your body saying, "Hey, we need to keep these bones strong." It's like tricking your body into turning back the clock. And the best part? Your knees can actually get stronger, not weaker. Let me show you how to do these the right way. First, find something sturdy like your kitchen counter or the back of a solid chair. That's your safety net, and there's no shame in using it. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart like you're standing on 2 dinner plates. Now, imagine you're about to sit in your favorite armchair, but, plot twist, someone pulled it back a few inches. The secret sauce here? Keep your weight in your heels. Seriously, you should be able to wiggle your toes. If you're worried about your knees, and who isn't at our age, here's a game-changing tip. Imagine you're trying to show off a ring on your knees to someone in front of you. This keeps your knees tracking properly instead of caving in like a failed souffle. Start with just lowering yourself a few inches. No need to go all the way down like those gym enthusiasts. Do this 10 times, and yes, it's totally fine to hold on to something. As you get stronger, you can go a little lower, like you're easing into a too hot bath. Want to know my favorite part about squats? They're secretly working your core too. It's like getting a 2-for-1 deal at your favorite store. Plus, they help keep your balance sharp. Essential for when you're playing with the grandkids or chasing after the dog. And here's a little bonus that most people don't talk about. Strong legs from squats mean you can get up from the floor more easily. You know those moments when you're playing with the little ones or picking up something you dropped? That's when you'll really feel the difference. Remember, consistency beats intensity every time. 3 sets of 10 gentle squats are worth more than 1 set of deep ones that leave you feeling like you've run a marathon. And if your knees are having a chatty day, it's perfectly fine to do fewer or stick to mini squats. We're building a stronger body for life, not training for the Olympics. Exercise 3, wall push-ups. Let's talk about something that makes most of us cringe, push-ups. Now, before you click away, I'm not talking about those military-style floor push-ups. I've got something much smarter for you, and it's going to transform those arms that keep waving long after you've stopped saying goodbye. Here's a shocking fact that nobody tells us. Women lose up to 40% of their upper body strength between 40 and 60. But here's the good news. Your body is basically begging you to prove it wrong. Enter the wall push-up, your new secret weapon for strong, toned arms without getting down on the floor. Think about all those daily moments that make your arms tired. Carrying groceries, lifting that heavy casserole dish, pushing yourself up from bed, or even giving those big mama bear hugs. That's exactly what we're going to make easier with this exercise, and the best part? It actually helps prevent that dreaded arm jiggle we all know too well. Here's the game-changing truth. Wall push-ups aren't just about looking good in sleeveless tops, though that's a lovely bonus. They're actually building bone density in your arms and shoulders. Did you know that after 40, our bones start losing density faster than a teenager loses their phone charger? But these push-ups are like sending your bones a love letter saying, hey, we still need you strong. Let me show you how to do these properly. Find a solid wall, not those flimsy divider walls that could use a pep talk themselves. Stand about arm's length away like you're about to give the wall a friendly high five. Place your hands at shoulder height, slightly wider than your shoulders. Imagine you're trying to push away from that last slice of chocolate cake, though why would you want to? Now here's where the magic happens. Lean in towards the wall, bending your elbows like you're slowly embracing an old friend. Keep your body as straight as a fresh ironing board. No sagging in the middle like a tired clothesline. The closer you stand to the wall, the easier it is. The further back you are, the more challenging it becomes. It's like adjusting the difficulty settings on your favorite game. Start with 10 of these beauties, making sure to breathe. No holding your breath like you're hiding from unexpected visitors. Can't do 10? Start with 5! Remember, we're not trying to impress anyone here. We're building strength that lasts. Here's a little secret most trainers won't tell you. The slower you go, the more your muscles have to work. It's like getting extra credit without doing extra homework. And if you feel any wrist discomfort, try this trick. Make fists and do your push-ups on your knuckles. With cushioning, of course, we're smart about this. One more thing, and this is important, notice how your chest muscles are working too? That's giving your girls a natural lift without expensive treatments. Talk about a 2-for-1 deal. Do 3 sets of these with a minute rest between each set and you're golden. And ladies, here's something to celebrate. Every single push-up is actually fighting that forward shoulder slump that comes from years of looking at our phones, computers, or grandkids' latest artwork. It's like getting better posture without your mother having to remind you to sit up straight. Exercise 4, low-impact cardio movements. Now, when I say cardio, please don't run away from your screen. I'm not about to tell you to start training for a marathon or jump around like your kids in their dance classes. Let's talk about something I like to call sneaky cardio. Movement that gets your heart pumping without punishing your joints or leaving you exhausted for the rest of the day. Here's something fascinating. After 40, our hearts actually start needing different kinds of exercise. Those high-intensity workouts that worked in our 30s, they might now be doing more harm than good. It's like trying to rev a luxury car like it's a sports car. Sure, it can do it, but it's not what it's designed for anymore. Let me introduce you to the step and swing. Think of it as dancing in your kitchen while making dinner, but with a purpose. The beauty of this movement is that it's gentle on your joints, but still gets your heart doing its happy dance. And the best part? You can do it while watching your favorite TV show, multitasking at its finest. Here's how to do it. Start by marching in place, but, and here's the key, think Royal March, not military drill. Lift your knees just high enough to feel comfortable, like you're stepping over a small puddle. Now add some gentle arm swings, like you're slowly conducting an orchestra. If the queen can wave for hours, we can swing our arms for a few minutes. The secret sauce? Your arms should move opposite to your legs. When your right knee comes up, your left arm swings. It's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, but much easier. This crossbody movement isn't just for show, it's actually helping your brain stay sharp. Think of it as multitasking training. Start with just 2 minutes, yes, just 2. Then rest for 30 seconds. Do this 3 times and you've just completed 6 minutes of heart-loving movement. As you get stronger, add an extra minute each week. It's like slowly turning up the volume instead of blasting the radio at full power. Here's something most doctors don't tell you. This kind of gentle cardio actually helps your body process stress hormones better. Remember those nights when you're lying awake thinking about everything from tomorrow's appointments to your daughter's life choices. This exercise helps calm those middle-of-the-night worries. And if you're having one of those days when even thinking about exercise makes you tired, just do the arm movements while sitting in your favorite chair. Your heart doesn't know the difference, it just knows you're moving. And that's what matters. It's like getting credit for homework even when the dog really did eat it. The beauty of this movement is that you can adjust it to match your energy level. Having a high energy day? Speed it up a bit, add some sass to those steps. Feeling more like a gentle day? Keep it soft and flowing. Your body is like a beautiful instrument. Sometimes it wants to play jazz, other times it prefers a gentle lullaby. Exercise 5, balance training. Ladies, let's talk about something that hits close to home. Balance. You know that moment when you're reaching for something in your top cabinet and suddenly you feel a little wobbly? Or when you're walking on slightly uneven pavement and your heart skips a beat? Well, I've got a game changer for you, and it's not what you might expect. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Your balance isn't just about your legs, it's actually about your brain, your eyes, and your inner ear all working together like a well-rehearsed dance team. And just like any dance team, they need regular practice. After 40, this system starts getting a little rusty, kind of like that garden gate that suddenly starts squeaking for no reason. I call this next exercise the Confident Queen Stand, and it's going to transform how steady you feel in everything, from walking in your garden to trying on shoes at the store. The best part? You can do this while brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. Let's start with what I call the royal pose. Stand near your kitchen counter. Yes, we're keeping it safe. Feet about hip-width apart, like you're standing on 2 dinner plates. Now, imagine there's a string pulling you up from the crown of your head, just like those fancy royal ladies with perfect posture. Your shoulders should feel relaxed, not up by your ears like you've just heard some juicy gossip. Here's where it gets interesting. Slowly shift your weight to your right foot. Think of it like you're testing hot bath water. No sudden movements. When you feel steady, try lifting your left foot just an inch off the ground. That's it. Hold it for as long as you can while breathing normally. No holding your breath like you're waiting for test results. Now, here's the secret sauce that nobody talks about. Your eyes are part of this balance party too. Try looking straight ahead at something that doesn't move, like that family photo on the wall. Not the ceiling fan, we're not trying to make ourselves dizzy. It's like giving your brain a steady point of reference, like holding on to an umbrella in the wind. Start with 10 seconds on each leg, 3 times. Can't make it to 10 seconds? No problem. Even 5 seconds is teaching your body something new. It's like learning to ride a bike. Nobody starts with the Tour de France. As you get better, try this wild card. Slowly turn your head from side to side like you're saying no to that extra slice of cake. This challenges your balance system even more, but in a good way. And here's a little nugget of wisdom. If you feel yourself getting wobbly, think tall and small. Get tall through your spine, but make your movements small, like you're trying not to wake a sleeping baby. This little trick has saved me from more stumbles than I care to count. The real magic happens when you start noticing the difference in your daily life. Suddenly, putting on those pants while standing isn't an Olympic event anymore. And walking on uneven ground? You'll handle it like a pro, not like you're walking on a tightrope. Exercise 6, dynamic stretching. Now let's talk about something that might be making you feel like the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, stiffness. You know that moment in the morning when getting out of bed feels like you're trying to unfold an old lawn chair? Well, what if I told you that stiffness isn't just about age? It's about how we move, or actually, how we're not moving. Here's a little secret that most people don't know. After 40, our hormones start playing hide and seek with our flexibility. Estrogen, that wonderful hormone that used to keep everything nice and stretchy, starts taking more vacation days than it should. But I've got something better than any hormone cream. I call it the Freedom Flow. Think about how a cat stretches. They never just stand still and stretch like we do in those old PE classes. They move through their stretches, and guess what? They're on to something. Static stretching, you know, the hold and hope kind, is like trying to bend a cold rubber band. But dynamic stretching, it's like warming up that rubber band first, much safer and way more effective. Let's start with what I call the morning glory stretch. Stand tall, like you're trying to peek over your neighbor's fence. We've all been there. Now, imagine you're reaching up to paint the ceiling, but here's the twist. Make big, slow circles with your arms like you're doing the world's most elegant backstroke. Feel that gentle pull across your chest and shoulders? That's your body saying, finally, someone remembered I needed to move. The key here is to keep the movements flowing, like you're moving through warm honey. No jerking or bouncing. We're not making popcorn here. Start with smaller circles, then gradually make them bigger as your body warms up. It's like turning up the volume on your favorite song. You don't start at full blast. Here's where it gets interesting. As you're making these circles, try adding a gentle knee bend like you're doing a subtle curtsy. This connects your upper body movement with your lower body, kind of like getting your whole body orchestra to play the same tune. And yes, it's totally normal to hear some crackling. Your joints are just giving you a standing ovation. Now, here's a game changer that most people miss: breathing. Breathe in as you reach up, out as you circle down. Think of it like you're smelling a beautiful flower in and then blowing out birthday candles out. This isn't just for show. Proper breathing actually helps your muscles relax and stretch more effectively. It's like giving them permission to loosen up. Do this flowing movement for about a minute, or as I like to say, the length of your favorite song chorus. Can't go for a full minute? Start with 30 seconds. Remember, we're not trying to audition for Cirque du Soleil here. We're just trying to make daily activities like reaching for the top shelf or playing with grandkids more comfortable. And here's my favorite part. This kind of movement actually helps reduce those annoying aches that show up like uninvited house guests. Plus, it's sending fresh blood to your brain, which means better focus for the day ahead. It's like getting a mental cup of coffee without the jitters. Exercise 7. Resistance band rows. Time to talk about something we all struggle with. That forward slump that makes us look like we're permanently checking our phones. And if you've noticed you're getting shorter, yes, that's a real thing after 40. This next exercise might just be your new best friend. I call it the Posture Perfect Row, and it's about to change your relationship with gravity. Here's something that'll make you sit up straighter. We actually lose up to half an inch in height every decade after 40. Shocking, right? But before you start panicking, let me tell you why this happens. Our back muscles get tired of being our body's support system, kind of like a rubber band that's been stretched too long. They start taking little breaks, and before you know it, you're channeling your inner question mark. But I've got a secret weapon. The resistance band. Think of it as your personal trainer in a loop. And the best part? It's gentler than weights, more forgiving than machines, and you can toss it in your purse like it's an extra lipstick. Plus, it's perfect for those of us who don't want to look like we're training for Miss Olympia. Let's set this up. Take your resistance band, start with a lighter one, we're not trying to tow a car here, and secure it around something sturdy at about belly button height. A doorknob works great, just make sure the door's closed and locked. We don't want any surprise visitors walking in. Stand far enough back so there's tension in the band, like you're playing tug of war with a toddler. Now here's where the magic happens. Imagine you're trying to squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. Not that you would, but it gives you the right idea. Pull those band handles back towards your hips like you're trying to elbow someone behind you. Maybe that person who asked if you were tired when you weren't. Your elbows should stay close to your sides, not flying out like chicken wings. Here's the game-changing tip nobody tells you. Think about leading with your elbows, not your hands. It's like you're trying to point to something behind you with your elbows. This little trick activates your back muscles better than any fancy gym equipment. And keep your chest proud, like you're showing off that necklace your kids got you for Mother's Day. Start with 12 repetitions, and here's the key. Go slower than you think you should. Imagine you're moving through honey. Count to 2 as you pull back, hold for 1, give those back muscles a little party, and count to 2 as you return. That's about the time it takes to say goodbye cellulite, which, by the way, this exercise isn't going to fix, but at least you'll have amazing posture while not caring about it. Do 3 sets of these, and between sets, roll your shoulders back like you're shrugging off years of stress. Notice how your neck feels longer? That's because you're finally giving those poor back muscles the workout they've been begging for. It's like sending your spine to a spa day. And here's why this is so important. Strong back muscles don't just make you look taller and more confident, they actually help prevent that dreaded dowager's hump that our grandmothers warned us about. Plus, you'll find it easier to carry those heavy grocery bags, pick up your grandkids, or maintain perfect posture during those long games of bridge. Exercise 8, hip bridges. Ladies, we've saved the best for last. An exercise that's going to make you feel like you've just discovered the fountain of youth for your lower back and hips. I call it the power bridge, and it's about to become your secret weapon against those achy mornings and tired evenings. Let me share something fascinating. Our hips are literally the bridge between our upper and lower body. After 40, this bridge starts getting a little rickety, kind of like that old wooden bridge in your favorite park. But here's the good news, we can absolutely rebuild it, and it's easier than you might think. The power bridge is like hitting the reset button on your entire lower body. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly stable getting up from the floor or confident walking upstairs? This exercise is going to change all that, and bonus, it's perfect for those of us who need a little extra help with bladder control. Yes, I said it, we're all friends here. Lie down on your back, knees bent like you're about to do a little sky gazing. Feet should be about hip width apart, close enough to your bottom that you could tap your heels with your fingertips. This is one time where being closer to your behind is actually a good thing. Now, press your lower back into the floor like you're trying to squish a grape. But please don't actually try this with real grapes. Here's where the magic happens. Squeeze your glutes, yes, those muscles you've been sitting on all day, and lift your hips toward the ceiling like you're trying to create a table with your body. Imagine balancing a cup of your favorite beverage on your hips. This helps keep them level. Hold this position while you take 2 deep breaths, then lower down as slowly as a sunset. Now for the grand finale, let's bring everything we've learned together. Think about how these 8 exercises work together like a symphony orchestra. The planks conducting your core, squats strengthening your foundation, wall push-ups building your upper body power, cardio keeping your heart singing, balance training making you graceful, stretching, keeping you flexible, rows lifting your posture, and now these bridges connecting it all together. You've got everything you need right here. No fancy equipment, no complicated routines, just smart, effective movements that work with your body, not against it. Remember, consistency beats intensity every single time. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Before you click away, let me remind you why this matters so much. This isn't just about exercise, it's about living your best life at any age. It's about playing with your grandkids without worry, gardening without back pain, and dancing at family weddings like nobody's watching. If you're ready to transform your body and reclaim your strength, start with just one of these exercises today. Yes, today. Not Monday, not next week, not when you feel more motivated. Remember, you don't have to feel motivated to start, but you have to start to feel motivated.